Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Timelocke. If you're new here and you haven't seen what this series is, basically what's going on is we went back in time about 15 years and I'm going to be experiencing Minecraft each update at a time. So the time it takes for each update to happen is the gap I'm stuck in that world for. Currently, we are in the middle of November, so we're back in Alpha 1.2. And so that's where our adventure is going to start off today. Last episode, we were just working on stuff outside. It has just become day, and there's some crazy mobs out there. So we're gonna take the back way path into the new place and use this and see if the mobs disappear or not. Because I think in this new update, the mobs AI got better. Because I was sitting up here last night and I was getting shot by skeletons, and I would never get hit by things all the way up here. So something happened with their AIs between updates. The creeper, like or extra pathfinding, like the creepers are finding me here. Like they weren't doing that last time. But anyway, as up here, we can talk about plans. So right here, we got a bridge that'll be going over to where our railway is going to be. Here is going to be a stairs going down into this bowl area, which we still need to figure out what we're going to do with it. Then this is the original starter shack. We won't be doing much with it. We'll probably just be leaving this area the way it is. This is going to be the house. And over this way is going to lead to our farming district and little things like that. So as you see, we got some progress. Here's my farming tree. It'll come down eventually. Don't worry. But yeah, this is where we're at. So today, I know this is something I really want to work on. We're not there yet. But today we're going to continue working over here on this bowl thing and excavating some land and stuff like that. So that's where today's adventure is at least going to leave us. Kind of like last episode's adventure. So I don't want to get blown up by a creeper right there. So there's like go out the back. Good. Okay. We're kind of good. We're being followed still, but I think we can make this work. Okay. There goes that maybe. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know I can't get away. The mobs are definitely a lot tougher in this version than they were in the old one. Oh, but one was supposed to die there. Oh, they both did. Okay. Then I guess I alternated them. Okay. Look at that. We take care of things. No issue at all. But yeah. Last episode we were here mining and we started at least destroying some of the land so that we can get this bowl area figured out. Something I want to do so we can start farming for some food and stuff. It would be nice to get bread and then eventually find pumpkins and start growing that kind of stuff around here so we have things. For the time being, though, we just got to get the area built and all that kind of stuff. So it's been about another week since I filmed an episode. I've been very busy with stuff again. And it's hard to get a time to do all kinds of things I do on the side and also sit down and record. So that's why it's nice on my days off that I can work. I've been telling myself last week, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna record a lot of videos. I'm gonna get ahead on things. Then I just didn't. I got busy. I recorded literally that episode for last Tuesday. Now it's Tuesday again, and I had nothing. And I didn't get a chance to. So one thing I definitely need to do this week is make more than one episode. Even if I only make two, I could post one or two or three. I could post one every other day or so. But we'll see if you guys are enjoying the series or had any ideas for it. Because I've had some ideas to like make some better editing, some intros, some stuff like that on top of it, so people understand what time lock is. Every time they join stuff, like, oh, okay, he's just playing Alpha Minecraft. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then they understand there's like more to this situation than just playing Alpha Minecraft. But different days problem. Hopefully today we can just get through, record some episodes and some little stuff like that. There's always shenanigans. So we'll see what the day has planned for us. That's one thing I always say at work. Whenever they ask us to get something done, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, no shenanigans, I'll get this done for you. And then 9 times out of 10, there's a shenanigan and things won't get done. It's like, I told you, no shenanigans, won't get done. But I don't know, that's just a saying I like saying. Bet you my supervisors don't like that, but oh well, that's on them. Yeah. So as we're recording this now, we are entering the middle of November. It is about to be the holiday season, which is always super exciting and super stressful, especially now that I'm at the age where I need to care about the holidays and you can't just it's not like you're a kid and you can just like, oh, you help your parents help you with gifts or stuff like that. It's like, okay, now I gotta get some gifts myself, get some ideas, have the money for it, little things like that where that at least for me, I'm not in adulthood yet where like I have to do so many of the responsibilities, but I'm at the point where I'm getting some of them, and this is definitely a good little sign. It's like, okay, now I gotta start Christmas shopping. I gotta ready for Thanksgiving, all kinds of things like that. So it's always a weird I don't know if it's a dichotomy, but it'd be weird contrast rest of the year where like you enjoy it and then you're like, oh crap, it's a holiday time, all that kind of stuff. Comes up around the corner and things. As I'm a person who does enjoy winter, as I do like the cold, as I literally work in the cold at work at my retail job. So it's something that I'm used to and I get a lot of practice with. So I've always been a big fan of the cold and winter and snow. I know a lot of people hate it. I'm in an area that gets snow every single winter, so not everybody gets to experience that necessarily. Because I know people who live in the southern part of the U.S. or certain European countries and stuff like that don't actually even get to see snow at all. So I know it's a special thing. I was talking to somebody who I think they lived in Alabama. They were saying that they saw snow last year for the first time in a long time. It just kind of blows my mind how as I live in the Midwest, so I get a good amount of snow every year. It's like wow, it's crazy you don't get snow. It's such a fun, such a pretty little thing. So yeah, if you don't get snow, comment below. I'm curious to hear where you guys are at in the world or what it's like or what your thoughts are on snow if you don't get much of it. 'Cause it's always really interesting to see things like that where it's people well how I guess you could say how geography influences so much of stuff you wouldn't expect. Or it's like, oh wow, yeah, no, there's a lot of little things like that you don't realize until you talk to people in different parts of the world or little things like that, which this internet thing has helped me with. I've talked to so many people around the world and stuff that I thought I would never talk to. So it's definitely crazy what the internet can do. It's like, oh yeah, I have my closest helpers. I have like they're like all in Europe, and I got tons of people I talk with in Asia, and it's like kind of a crazy thing just to honestly think about. It's like, yeah, how interconnected the whole world is now compared to how things were 20 something years ago, where it's not as connected. Are you seriously? It's night already. We barely did anything. Okay. This is the only thing that does semi bother me is the fact that night just flips around so quickly that it feels like I don't get much done. Oh wait, I just realized I was digging in the wrong spot. That's why it looked weird. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this little entranceway. I'll definitely pretty it up in the future, some redstone or something. But it's nice having these little entrances and ways to get around the world because with no beds or anything, you gotta be prepared. You don't know what's gonna end up happening. So it's really nice to be able to walk around the world and get little things like that done that you wouldn't necessarily be able to. Because like with sprinting and stuff like that, it's like oh you can easily just get away from mobs and stuff like that. Like no, it's like I struggle to kill those creepers as you saw. It's like it's a very difficult difficult thing to do and try to survive in this. So yeah. All right, I'm going to cut it to the morning, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, so I was able to get out of being chased by that spider. It's really interesting how things burn, but they don't all burn at the same time. Some start burning sooner than others. I don't know. You gotta love the alpha charm. You never know what's gonna end up happening. But when we're back into the bowl, so we can at least continue a little bit more on this. Yeah, like we were saying, the I don't know. This is an interesting time of year for the holidays where a lot has to happen. Not even like social pressures, but just like the way that how capitalist like the world is now. It's like, oh, you have to get gifts, you have to do all kinds of stuff. Where it's like, which I have nothing against it. I mean, I'll buy stuff. I have no issue with it. I like spending money on people I like or care about and stuff. But I don't know. It's just some evil thing, or how like capitalized everything is, no matter what for Christmas and stuff. And I see that a lot. We're especially working in retail because how quickly we flip and transition between holidays. Like the how quickly we will be flipping from going from Halloween to Christmas or school, going back to school to Christmas. It just shows a lot with how it's just wild seeing it like, oh, okay, next holiday, next holiday, next holiday. Before you know it, it gets you into the rhythm. Like I've been knowing Christmas was going to be appearing, but then like it was like the last couple days I was just sitting there looking at the Christmas tree already put up, and I was like, wait a second, Christmas is here, it's time. So and it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but like it's just in the air. The music's finally making sense when people are playing it, stuff like that, where it's like, oh yikes, it's that time of year. But yeah, I hope people listening to this are having a great time. I know we are getting close to winter break, only about a month or so out from it for a lot of kids. I know a lot of people are going to be super excited to try to get out and enjoy their time away from school, which I know I always enjoyed winter break and stuff. And it's always a great time for YouTubers. YouTubers always talk about how amazing this time of year is for them because of how high their monetization is and all that little stuff with it. So it's always a win-win scenario for both groups and parties of it because on one hand you get to enjoy extra time out of school, and the other side is okay. Now let's take advantage of it and let's get all the let's you have YouTube all the money they can out of these watchers for it. So it's an interesting type of cat and mouse type game they run for it. So that part of the bowl is figured out. I'm gonna remove these two trees here, and then I'm gonna flatten that hole, and that's really all I can do for the moment, really. Besides, figuring out where we're gonna put down the source of growth for the farmland and stuff like that, because we are about flattened as much as we can. Only thing is gonna depend as what I want to do with this raised area right here. Like if I'm gonna keep it, if I'm gonna go around it. Oh crap, I'm filling in the wrong part. That just wasted a few materials. Okay. But yeah, great progress on this as this has just become a I like coming over here and just terraforming this. That's always been one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft. Would always be to terraform land. I ended up seeing some short video recently where they were talking about the 2 week Minecraft phase and how they just a time lapse of them crap, terraining the land, and I was like, oh, I do that so much. So I wonder if that's just a common thing to do. Because like, oh, I'm gonna do this great thing, and then I terraform it, and then I get it all ready, and then you just lose motivation to do it. So the problem I think for me is definitely scale. Is like I will plan to do some huge area, and then I make too many plans and I don't do kind of like what I'm doing now, where I have like this area I have getting planned. I got the house which still needs finished. I got that over there, and I got the thing down there. I say we do this one little thing at a time. So, like, I'm going to finish getting this land all ready first. Then I want to move over to the land here and then start the outline for that. And then, I mean, I gotta finish this house eventually. I don't know when, where in the plans it even is at this point, but just know that it's somewhere and I haven't forgotten finish the house yet. At least we got a little bit of time. So, yeah. Just a couple stacks of dirt should be all that we realistically need for this, and we're looking at midday right now. This clock is really helpful because it does show the time and stuff. I'm really glad that they added this in the new update. It makes things so much easier on my part at least. So when I'm sitting underground or wasting time, I'm like, okay, cool, it's about day. Much appreciated change. Good work, Notch and Mojang or Mojang, I think the technical way you're supposed to do it, but no one calls them that because I think that because they're Swedish and translation between American and the Swedish always messes things up because we like to Americanize words and stuff and say things the way we want to say it and not how they're meant to be said. So that always makes some funny little things. Yeah, so I was thinking of like what to do for the title of this. It's literally just going to be the preparing for winter thing. That's really all I'm doing is how I'm talking about how winter's around the corner, all that kind of stuff. And also talking about another planar thing to do. We still gotta go to the Nether. I know that they just added this new dimension, is what they're calling it, and I gotta figure out a way to get there. I know I need a diamond pickaxe, but there's another method I may just do with buckets to get there too. So now this is breaking the fourth wall. This is what I'm trying to decide is if I talk about things as if I don't know they exist yet, or if I look at things with um the 2020 insight of, oh yeah, this thing's been in the game for 10, 15 years. I know all about this. Or if I just play it off like, oh wow, this is a cool new thing. That's one thing I gotta figure out. um what I'm gonna do. I think it would be funny to play it off as if I don't know things, but also watching these old episodes would definitely break the illusion. But oh well, they're old episodes for a reason. We're literally playing in Minecraft Alpha. Things are gonna end up getting better than where they're at now. So I'm not too pressed about it. Okay, cool. So now we got this area all flattened and laid out. Um, the bowl doesn't, it kind of stops shaping right here. I could definitely knock this down, this right here, and it goes over into the sandy area, which could be cool because you could either have some cactus over that way, or it just leads over to like the beach side where we could put something there. But yeah, it's always good to have little footnotes and little ideas planned, so I at least remember what I was thinking. Let's do this, just like this. Oh, this is weird. Because I'm looking at my OBS right now, and it fixed my desktop audio for like a good 5 minutes, where it was actually showing through. Now it's not, because most episodes I don't have my freaking sounds or anything, or they're not recording. I don't know why, but they started recording when I started the episode, and now they're just dipped. So strange. Who knows? There we go. So now we can check this bowl off as being flattened. Like I say, the last thing we gotta figure out is if we keep this here or not. I would say yeah, why not? Keep it. Just because it's nice to have a little variation. You don't have just a huge flat bowl because it'll get too repetitive, too boring, plus natural asymmetry is a good way of putting it, is really helpful too. Or even on a house, just adding a little bulge on the side or stuff like that. Always good for that kind of stuff. So we got this area over here, which doesn't bowl. I may end up just connecting these two sides together. Like, it goes like right where these trees are, build it up and have it just go across and then flatten. So then that can be its own like flat land at the top that can, lead into something else. Because one thing I am slowly doing is I'm destroying all of the alpha terrain because not much of it is left of this one. I mean, these hills are the alpha terrain, but I just gutted everything in the middle of it. So kind of funny I'm doing that. So one, two. If we throw 6 stairs on here, we can make the rest go down into this, and then that. All right. Well, with it getting night, I think that's end up where we're gonna call this one. I say we got some pretty good progress. It was nothing crazy, it was just us mining, me getting back into the talking rhythm because I got a few more of these I need to bust out today. So I think that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time on Timelocke. Bye.